Inside the cold walls of Fox River, Michael's first move seemed like a rookie mistake. He was caught with a shank, a sharpened bolt. Instead of hiding it effectively, he allowed the tension to rise. Captain Bellick, the man who thinks he runs the prison, found the weapon and sent Michael to the SHU's special housing unit. To the average observer, Michael had failed. He had lost his weapon and earned the wrath of the guards. But little did they know, the shank was never meant to be a weapon. Look closely at the details. Michael used a bright red marker to circle a specific part on a blueprint before entering. He then used a pencil to rub a blank page in his notebook, revealing the hidden indentations. Schweitzer Allen, 11,121,147. Bellick thought he had uncovered a secret code for a riot. Instead, he was holding the model number of a bolt. Michael's true target wasn't a guard's throat. It was the bolt holding the toilet in his cell. By letting Bellick find the contraband, Michael distracted the guards from the real work. He had already memorized the metallurgy and the torque required. The Allen Schweitzer wasn't a person. It was the brand of the industrial toilet. He needed that specific bolt to create a homemade wrench. Everything you see as a setback is, in reality, a gear turning in Michael's invisible clock.
It's the weakest link in the security chain. As long as I get that pugnac, I'll get all the access I need.
Michael's eyes were fixed on the infirmary. To escape, he needed access. To get access, he needed to be a regular. And to be a regular, he needed to be sick. Michael approached C, note, the prison's pharmacist, for a drug called pugnac. On the surface, Michael was a desperate man seeking a fix. Instead, he was performing a biological hack. Pugnac is an insulin blocker. By taking it, a healthy man's blood sugar levels would skyrocket. When Dr. Sara Tancredi pricked his finger, Michael's heart hammered against his ribs.
I do?
You're sweating?
Must be the needles. Never really got used to them.
Somehow with diabetes and that tattoo, I find that hard to believe.
A man covered in tattoos claiming to be afraid of needles? The irony was thick, but the sweat on his brow wasn't from fear of the needle. It was fear of the chemistry. If the pugnac didn't work, the door to the infirmary, the only exit without a wall, would be closed forever. When the monitor flashed 180 mg Fe-DL, the look of relief on Michael's face wasn't because he was healthy, but because he was successfully diabetic. He didn't want to be cured. He wanted to be trapped in the doctor's office. Then there is John Abruzzi, the Mafia Don, the man who runs Prison Industries Pie. To the other inmates, Abruzzi is a predator to be avoided. To Michael, Abruzzi is a logistical necessity. Michael needs the Pie status to get near the walls, and he needs Abruzzi's plane for the getaway. Michael dangled a bait that Abruzzi couldn't resist. Fibonacci, the man who put Abruzzi behind bars.
What's it take to shake down another inmate? Get something he's taken from you?
It would take Fibonacci.
I'll give you Fibonacci. I promise you that. When the time is right.
Time is right.
The surface plot shows Michael being cornered, dragged into a shed, and tortured. Abruzzi took a pair of garden shears and counted.
3.
The scream that followed was real. The blood was real. Michael lost 2 toes that day. To the audience, this was a devastating defeat. But in the cold logic of the architect, this was a signature on a contract. Michael knew that a man like Abruzzi would never trust a simple deal. He needed to see Michael's resolve. By enduring the torture and refusing to break, Michael proved his value. He traded his flesh for the mob's resources. The pain was not a consequence. It was the price of admission. While Michael operated inside, Veronica Donovan began to pull at the threads on the outside. She received a tape of the night Lincoln allegedly killed the vice president's brother.
I know what I saw.
The surface shows a clear-cut assassination. Lincoln walks up to the car, raises the gun, and fires. But the deep logic suggests a masterpiece of staging. Lincoln's defense was that the man was already dead. The Secret Service agents, Kellerman and Hale, aren't just guards. They are the cleaners. Every person Veronica talks to, Letitia Barris, the lawyer Giles, they are all pieces on a board being swept away by a hidden hand.
Handle a girl who graduated in the middle of her Baylor Law School class. At least I'd like to think so, given the stakes of what we're dealing with here.
The woman in Montana, calmly cutting garlic while ordering a hit, represents the deep state logic that Michael is fighting against. He isn't just breaking out of a building, he is breaking out of a conspiracy that has no borders. The most striking detail of the entire plan is the one hidden in plain sight.
Better than that. I've got him on me.
Michael's tattoo is not art. It is a decoy. To the guards, it's just the ramblings of a disturbed mind, demons and angels in combat. Instead, it is a high-resolution map of the Fox River infrastructure. When Michael pressed a piece of paper against his arm to align the bolt, he wasn't looking at the demon's face, he was looking at the coordinates of the plumbing. The Allen bolt fit perfectly into the devil's eye of the tattoo. The true genius of the architect is that he turned his own body into the very weapon that would destroy the cage. As the first 48, Har lockdown begins, the prison falls into a heavy, oppressive silence. The bolt has been loosened. The diabetes has been faked. The mob boss has been recruited. The blueprint has been memorized. Nothing you have seen so far is a coincidence. The racial riot? A distraction. The missing toes? A bond. The pretty boy persona? A camouflage. Michael Schofield sits in his cell, the sound of the metal rubbing against the concrete echoing like a heartbeat. He isn't a prisoner waiting for a miracle. He is a predator waiting for the clock to strike. The stage is set. The players are moved into position, and the architect has just laid the first brick of his escape. The game is no longer about survival. It is about the execution of a masterpiece, and the masterpiece has only just begun.